First up is Ian Cardoni. Just give it up. Ian Cardoni believed in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny for a long time. So this has been a hard year for him. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Cardoni.
I am an only child, which as a kid was really awesome. I didn't have to share a room, or my toys, or my parents' attention. Only one piece of cake left. I got to have it. What are we gonna do today? It was up to me. Whose play are you gonna come see? Mine. No hand-me-downs, no getting beat up by an older brother, no babysitting. Life was all about me. But without someone to play with, it could get pretty lonely. Without a sibling, there's nobody to play video games with, or wiffle ball, or to build forts with in the woods. So I spent a lot of time alone in my room, and I became a Lego master builder. Pirate ships, army bases, entire cities, and castles. I built them all my way. Seriously, I could be the CEO of Legoland. Or the king. My parents always encouraged this imagination. So the creative solitude I found growing up led to my work as an actor, sure, but it also led to a certain stubbornness about how things should be and about how I should be. This was a challenge to me because that attitude distances people. So making friends has always been challenging. All the time that I'd spent on my own, doing my own thing, I felt invisible outside of my own imagination. As an only child, I just wanted a real friend. I want to be close to others, but I feel very awkward, and I have a hard time trusting that I'm enough. This changed when I met Sam. We met in college auditioning for a sketch troupe named Chocolate Cake City. We were fast friends, and we share the same humor. We soon became inseparable. We'd run down the streets of Boston at night, belting old show tunes at the top of our lungs. We spent hours walking historic landmarks, and one time we got an entire train car to sing Christmas carols. We've collaborated on dozens of sketches and shorts and award-winning videos. And even to this day, we talk weekly about our next projects. Sam is a brilliant brass trombone of a man. He is a big band jazz song made into a person. He's tall with a musical personality and a perpetual stuffy nose. We became best friends, and he's the person who seems to really see me and accept me for who I am. I'd never felt that with anyone else before, be it a friend, a girlfriend, and even my family. In this way, Sam has been my big brother. We even share a birthday 2 years apart. We have so much in common except our fundamental way of how we see the world. For example, if you asked me what my favorite dessert was, I'd try to describe a treat that makes me seem really interesting. So something unpronounceable in Italian like sfogliatelle. Something you've never had, but I could drone on and you'd fill up on the adjectives alone. I'd take a while to really consider this. I'd overthink it and then I'd talk it to death because it's really important that you understand your question is important to me and that I know what I'm talking about. And it's an ego this big to describe something this small. In fact, I would not be satisfied until I became the dessert. Am I enough yet? Now, if you asked Sam, he would say a chocolate chip cookie. That's it. Just a chocolate chip cookie. It's so simple, but the way he sees it, there's an almost spiritual experience in discovering, say, the size of the chips or the surface area to dollar value, the warm, gooey center. Where I overthink, Sam overjoys. Every time we'd walk around Beacon Hill, it's our go-to spot, we'd enjoy a chocolate chip cookie. And with Sam, I didn't have any worries. Whenever I started getting heady or wordy, he'd steer me back to the cookie. It's all good, my man. He's the calm voice of reason, and groovy is his catchphrase. Mine is, but... So this serenity was a new thing, and I didn't know how to do that. Sam taught me how to enjoy those walks for what they were, a moment to look at life and be present. It was groovy. A simple cookie was a metaphor for life, so easily shared between friends. I am an only child. I wasn't used to sharing, but I was learning that the mere act of sharing meant to have a connection with another person. This is the zen of cookie eating. One day on our walk, Sam says, "Dude, I met a girl! I think she likes me! She's so great! Ah!" I'm now eating most of the cookie because he can't stop talking about her. "Dude, we would be the perfect duet!" My best friend now had a girlfriend. I was really happy he had a relationship. I was. Trust me, when I say they are perfect for one another. But I wondered if he'd still be my big brother. If he'd take off and I'd have to be an only child again. I was scared to go back into my brain. As for me, I'm not really good at romantic relationships. The only child in me only thinks of himself. I never learned compromise, so my fallback is to be selfish when it comes to relationships. I want to have my piece of cake and eat it too. I've cheated on girlfriends who've loved me. I've lied. I've lost my temper and my mind. I've missed out on friendships and turned a lot of people off with my ego. The worst part is that I didn't know I was doing this half the time. When I realized how narcissistic I was being, I went in the opposite direction. And now I find myself never feeling good enough, always wanting to stay involved too long, to overdo it, to overthink it, and then to go back again and again and again. The truth is, I tend to live in my head so much, and I just wish I could find the gooey center of my own heart. I know how to be alone. I'm very good at being an only child, but I don't want to be an only child for the rest of my life. I want someone to find my gooey center, and I want to be their cookie. I got a call a couple of weeks ago, woke me up. "Hello? Hey there, Big Bopperino! We're engaged! We're driving back from Santa Barbara! We had to call you!" So my best friend is getting married. 6 years since he first mentioned her on Beacon Hill, and now it was official. They are engaged. I was speechless after the call, trying to navigate how I felt. Sam had been the perfect girl for me. But you know what? I was honestly happy. I was so happy that Sam found his cookie. And I began to think about love and my own future now that they were beginning their lives together. But I wasn't in my head. I wasn't worried about trying to be something I'm not. I just felt joy. Because now I know that it's possible. And I want that too. I don't have to be the fancy dessert to find a love that's just as sweet.